An exciting development regarding green energy now. Renewable energy company EECOfuels is about to launch Africa's first carbon-neutral energy station. It's been described as a breakthrough for biomass gasification, the process of turning waste products into electricity.
After years of development, this team of engineers is closer to their dream of being able to generate electricity from waste. Wood waste and other natural products are fed into what's called a main reactor. It's then moved into these chambers that turn the resulting carbon emissions into energy by separating the various gas products. The result is 120 kilowatts of energy, enough to power a small office park.
The market for this will be for decentralized energy, mainly your rural areas where they don't have power transmission lines, as well as to your big corporates, your mining houses that either want to reduce their demand on Eskom or increase their capacity through additional power generation.
The mini generator is priced at 3 million rand. The engineers say they're planning a larger power station with a 5 megawatt capacity that could feed into the national grid. Till then, they're putting the final touches on their mini power station prior to its commercial launch next week.
Well, to discuss, we're now joined by Marcel Steinberg, the Managing Director of EECOfuels. Great to have you with us, and congratulations. Now, biomass gasification is not new in itself, but this is an advancement of the technology. Tell me how it advances.
Francis, I think what we've managed to do is take an established technology and make it applicable for the African environment. So what EECOfuels has managed to do is add the electrification portion, which is where people usually get stuck, to create something that is not only very topical and relevant in the South African economy at the moment, but also quite capital sensitive. So what we're pitching is we're saying to people, well, we have a captive waste stream, which is potentially an issue if you're living in South Africa. We have an electricity crisis, so to speak, and we've developed a technology that ties those two together, and it's quite affordable, actually.
And the waste that you're using, basically wood, chips, things like that?
Anything with calorific value, really, in a nutshell. In this particular plant you just saw, we're burning nut shells, macadamia shells. Any carbon is matter, so anything that has a calorific value.
Okay, so you're not going to start chopping down all our trees because wood is so great for this process?
That's not our business, no. Okay. We're not involved downstream. We partner with people that collect certain waste streams. South Africa's got a huge waste problem. 90% of our landfill sites are at capacity, so we're saying we can help. We've got a solution that can help.
Okay. How does this compare in viability to other green energy sources, such as wind energy, solar energy, for example?
I think what makes a green power station, if you will, kind of word we've adopted for it, so relevant today is that it creates a base load. Solar electricity is fantastic when you're in Africa because the sun always shines, but it doesn't shine at night. So for 40% of the day, you're not generating electricity. So wind energy only works when the wind blows. Biomass gasification creates energy 24/7, 365. Yeah. So it really is like a mini power station.
All right, fair enough. And now what about cost when you compare it to those other alternatives? Cost always a big factor because you are marketing to big companies and also you want to use it in rural areas.
We about 1/10 of the price of solar. So we've pitched ourselves quite carefully. I think EECOfuels has managed to, over the last 7 years, develop over 100 projects, which has given us a really nice footprint in Africa. So with this footprint, we've managed to tie up with some of the larger, our clients are really the corporates, the mines, the bigger polluters. Although we're greenies, we're not judgmental of people's consumption habits. So the biggest...
You're just giving them an alternative,
absolutely.
A better alternative.
We're saying there's another way, and we potentially have the solution.
Who do you expect your clients to be here for this little power station that you've created?
We obviously in discussions with the power utilities. Our order book really predominantly is made up of mines. Governments in Africa have shown a real interest in this. Rural electrification is a big topical thing when elections come up, and so we're saying we have what cell phones have done for telecommunications in Africa, this technology does for power generation. What we've done is we've leapfrogged fixed line, big infrastructure overhead cables. We put the power where you need it.
Yeah. So you're basically giving government a tool to take into rural areas where there's no electricity, houses are very far apart, etc.
And waste is generated that pollutes this, and there's no incentive to really clean it up. There's no financial driver for people to keep their backyard clean. What we're saying is this is more than just the technology. It's the byproducts that are generated from it. Clean backyards, captive waste stream now has a offtake and the lights are on.
But quite expensive though, 3 million rand for this station. I understand it can light about 30 houses. Surely we need something bigger.
When we look at a cost per megawatt, we're sitting at somewhere between 10 and 12 million rand per megawatt. This is probably about a quarter of what a power station anywhere else in the world would cost. If we look at our own utilities costs at their own power station, this is quite a difficult path I'm breaching, but we're at about a tenth of the price.
Okay, so it is in fact cost effective.
Absolutely.
And you believe there's a great future for this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And it's about to be launched, Africa's first carbon neutral power station. That was Marcel Steinberg from EECOfuels.